Oh, what does it all mean? What does it all mean? Every day my perspective changes. Oh, reality is drifting in and out, in and out. Oh, he couldn't be making it up as he goes along. He must be stealing songs from somewhere. There's no way anybody could be this prolific a composer. But it doesn't count to be this genius, to be this free. Don't anybody say VeganSteven is a genius, because he's a fictional character. He's a fictional character. Did you hear? VeganSteven has a writing staff of 40 people of all ethnic and social backgrounds. Did you hear that VeganSteven has a team of feminists writing all his jokes? That's right, all along you've been laughing and giving out to jokes that the hard right wrote. A load of angry feminists write my jokes. Okay. My God, I've been standing around procrastinating shit myself. Oh God. Listen, I'm gonna be on my best behaviour for the first 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna start cursing all the rest of it, okay? I'm gonna just pay homage and respect to some very influential people in my life. I'm gonna try and be as respectful as I can, just for the first 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna just go loose, alright? Because some people are very sensitive, you know, and they don't want to get their feelings hurt, and that is fine. So I'm going to try and be very, very politically correct just for the next few minutes, just so I can give praise. Jeepers. And I'm going to try and make this as straightforward as I can, so there's no confusion. Because context is... it's hard to... where is it? There it is. Oh, it's gone. Damn, it's gone. Alright, we're staying on point. Okay. Whew. Oh, fuck it, where's my guitar gone? Alright. I miss your sex fuck when you throw your arms around me and you turn me on in front of the TV. Miss your sex fuck when you throw your arms around me and you throw me on in front of the TV. Sex fuck, sex fuck, sex fuck. Hey, do you wanna hear a dirty joke? I'm on the bone for you, and I know you want me. We're all buying different amounts. Sex fuck when you throw your arms around me and you turn me on in front of the TV. Miss your sex fuck when you throw your arms around me and you turn me on in front of the TV. Sex fuck, sex fuck, sex fuck. Sex fuck, sex fuck, sex fuck. Alright. If anybody, you don't blame me for being very confused. I was doing a mashup of two songs that I used to play for this episode, the first 10 minutes anyway, as I'm trying to keep this politically correct. It was dedicated to an inspirational website for me anyway. One I keep. For me, there's a certain group that I hold up on a pedestal, and I'm sure they'd be horrified if they heard that anyone was holding them on a pedestal. Because, you know, it's really weird for someone to be holding it on a pedestal, but what's so strange is I kind of feel like fucking that they're like Jay-Z and I'm like Kanye West or something, or in another way, in a more humble way, that I'm like a boy, I'm like a child, and they're like my parents, and I keep misbehaving, and they keep being like, no, don't do that, you're offending these people, and there's reasons why there's politically correctness, and there's reasons why you get in trouble for repeating hate speech, and there's reasons why you shouldn't make fun of anyone ever. There's reasons why there's like safe place humour, because a lot of people are very fragile, a lot of people are after being attacked and all the rest of it. So it's a very emotional subject, and it's very everything's a thing. But I always personally, I don't want to give out any bad vibes here, but I just thought, it'd be so cool if I could create like a fucking. I got really disappointed that got real disappointed that like Jesus. Okay, how do I say this? Alright. Alright, there's these lads called Veghuns anyway, right? And they do not, how do I say this? They do not officially approve of the show. They say they don't watch it because, it's highly offensive and all the rest of it. So officially they don't approve, which is fine. It doesn't mix with their brand, which is fine. There was what was it? There's Vig Bros, which is another fantastic channel, and allegedly I was asked, did I want to be part of the Vig Bros, and I said no, because I'm a glory whore. Because I just want all the attention, and I'm selfish and all the rest of it, so I just really wouldn't really work out. If a camera's involved, I'd be hogging it and all the rest of it, and so. But what I'm trying to say is I was so inspired by what the Veghuns are doing that they turned me vegan, like. And a lot of the members, I don't want to give away any of their personal information, so I'm going to keep everything super vague and super general. But there's three girls in the Veghuns, and they had such a huge impact without possibly even knowing it. They probably didn't even know what a huge impact they had on me, because often, to be honest, I'm very intimidated by their intellect, and because they're all fucking brainy ass women, like they're all like take you to town. If you say something, if they want to take you to town, to take you to school, they fucking take you to school if they want to. Like they're all very like successful people in their own right, and then they fucking got together and formed a fucking super group for fucking vegan super group. You fucking kidding me? So yeah, they're kicking ass. But through my like first 2 weeks in vegan, I was like fucking shit myself. Like I was like, I don't know what to eat, I don't know how to start, I'm gonna fucking starve, I don't know how to do this, it's a lot of pressure, there's like fucking, everyone's giving out, my mom's giving out to me, my dad's giving out to me, they're saying the world's gonna end and I'm gonna die just because I turned vegan or something. And I'm not trying to make this into some go vegan thing, fuck it, I will, just for the first 10 minutes, and then I'll get back to the regular show. What are we talking about? But I know the two, John and Patrick, who are behind the Vig Bros, and they're highly respectable individuals, like morally, and they both have amazing eyes for colour. Like, it's actually insane. They both have a great eye for light, and it's very hard to describe in words, but yeah, Vig Bros is like the male counterpart to Veghuns. I think Veghuns are like fucking huge, like they got thousands of people already follow their stuff, so but basically all I'm trying to say is I was trying to, in my own mind, I was so influenced by them, like heavily influenced, that I was afraid to fucking die. Do you know what they are? They're pretty much like that hot girl in school, and I'm like that boy with acne, and I keep going, Veghuns, can we be friends? And they're like, no, I'm beautiful and you have acne. That's made up, like that's, everything I'm saying here is fiction or whatever. But all I'm trying to say is I hold Veghuns on a fictional pedestal, which I'm sure they would be uncomfortable with me because they're fringy people putting them on a fictional pedestal. Anyway, listen. Woo! We're back in. We're back in the room. We're back in the sound. We're cooking vibes, baby. We're cooking vibes. We're cooking vibes. We're cooking vibes. Jeez, this music set the tone. But all I'm trying to say is yeah, it was just for me, like, they said they didn't really, unofficially, they said they weren't fans of the VeganSteven podcast. They said none of them were die-hard fans of the VeganSteven podcast, to put it mildly. And I was so heartbroken because I was like, it's like my dad saying, I know you bought me a Christmas present, but I don't like Pokemon. Why did you buy me Pokemon? I don't know. That's just the people. I'm a big people pleaser, like, so I wanted to please them. I was like, I wanted them to be ringing me up and going, I can't wait to come on the fucking VeganSteven podcast, fucking guy. But that's the thing. It's a polarizing show, and you can't please everyone. And even though I thought all vegans were friends. Like, I thought, oh my god, you're vegan, I'm vegan too. Let's fucking hang out. Let's fucking do all the things. But instead of that, you got a lot of politics going on. All stuff I don't even understand. Just all sorts of internal issues. Back history, fights with some people won't talk to other people because previous relationships gone. But all sorts of weird shit. I don't know what's going on with the vegan. Well, it happens in every society. It's not just vegans. But for some reason, I thought if I was vegan, it would suddenly turn my own life into heaven, but it doesn't seem to have turned everyone's life into heaven. It seems like some people are choosing to be unhappy, which is kind of strange. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna try and keep this as uncontroversial as possible. So yeah, all I'm trying to say is there's someone that I look up to and respect. The feeling is not mutual, and rightly so. I think they represent kind of left vegan women. They represent a certain demographic, and they're into other things. See, in my innocence, I thought being vegan was just right. You just be sound to animals, and that's fucking it, right? Vegan, done. But apparently for some reason, I don't understand why abortion's been brought into it. I don't understand why all loads of weird politics shit's been brought into it. I don't understand why all this other mad shit that feminism's been brought into it. I don't understand any of this wild shit and how other people's agendas are getting involved. I thought it was just about doing like being nice to animals. That's all I thought it was. That's what I thought veganism was. Because I couldn't sleep at night because I was like, fuck, I'm being a dick. I fucking hate being a dick. To be honest, like, the whole Veghunds thing, like, I would definitely, because I'm a very sensitive person, like, it would actually, it's like your friend saying, your jumper, I wouldn't wear that jumper. Like, life will go on. They don't like my show. Life will go on. I'm sure they'll have their own show, and it'll be fucking great. But, man, it's like a fucking dagger. It's like, the Veghunds don't like my show. But it's fine. Like, I'm still gonna chat away to them at the party. Like, it's not like there's fucking beef or anything. But yeah, man, yeah, they're the fucking power group. So listen, I'm gonna end the politically correctness in the next 5 seconds. So if you're easily offended, turn off the show in right now. Okay, but listen, all I'm trying to say is, they're all. I would model, if I modelled my life on any of them, I'd be doing well. And fuck, all these 5 people got together. Fuck. And like, I'm kind of late to the party. Like, maybe this should have been my first episode promoting Veghuns. I think I'm episode 100, or at least 95 right now. But yeah, this episode is dedicated to Veghuns, and they all know who they are. I grew up with all of them. I've many, just like I've sat on a bus with many of them and made small talk with them. For some stages of my lives, I fell out with them. Other stages of my lives, I was best friends with them ish. I don't know. It's just like neighbours down the road, that kind of thing. Like, you're not best mates, but you do. If there was a fire, you'd fucking be the first man there to help them out, or if they needed a fiver or something, you'd like to help them out. We're not best mates, but we do. There's kind of a mutual respect that we do whatever. It's more of a family love kind of thing. It's kind of like we're related, but we're not. Like, it's kind of like I'm an uncle, that crazy uncle down the road. Be careful around that VeganSteven lad. But yeah, just to clarify before we move on to the rest of the show, this was Veghuns and Vig Bros do not associate themselves with the VeganSteven podcast in any way. So yes, so make that clear. And you want to check up what their own values are. You check up with them. I'm not going to speak. I'm trying to make this like legally correct for myself. Okay, number one, Veghuns and all them things do not approve of all the me slagging all these people and stuff. They do not approve of any of the stuff I do. I am just saying as a fan that I really like what they're doing, and I've been as influenced by them as maybe like Star Wars. Alright, I love Star Wars. I love Veghuns. Alright. Star Wars doesn't know me. Veghuns don't really know me either. Alright. I hold Star Wars on a pedestal, I hold Veghuns on a pedestal. Alright, that's all I'm saying. So we're leaving it there. I'm going to keep going with the podcast, but that is the end of the politically correctness. Alright. Alright. So that's it. We're ending politically correctness by the end of these clap hands, okay? 1, turn it off. 2, turn this fucking podcast off before you get offended. 3, 2, 1. Stupid cunt. Are you still here? Oh, you bowsy. Oh my god. Jeez, thank fuck all those politically incorrect people left. They were fucking annoying my balls, man. Oh my Jesus. I'm only joking. Alright. I might take a break because that was fucking intense, man. I nearly fucking cried there. Jesus Christ. I should be fucking careful opening my feeling box because it's fucking, oh shit, I can't stop because I can't leave because the drum machine isn't here. Alright, we're just gonna have to keep going. We'll bull through. Alright, so some stuff I want to talk about. Okay. Irish famine. Jeez, that sounds a bit intense, doesn't it? Every Irish joke. Yeah, I thought it might be. I just want to anti-Irish statement. Okay. I just feel the need to, do some self-defamation, just so that people realise I'm not just going around spouting out hate speech. I think it's important if you're gonna go to a party. I think it's funny to say something like, "Oh, on the way here, I slipped on my own semen or something," and that way people know you're not out to attack them. You're not taking life too seriously. I know that what I just said was a ridiculous statement. A lot of people are like, "Oh, it's disgusting," and so on, which is fine. I'm using extreme words in hope to make a point, to try and, because it's very, very scary looking into external thoughts and so on, because you're going to be offended. You're even going to offend yourself and go, "Listen, oh my god, if this isn't real, then that's not real, and oh my god, what the fuck's going on?" Oh flip. Like when I was a kid, I was terrified because I didn't know a single person who was I never even heard of an atheist. I'd never even heard of. I just thought everyone was a Christian. That's how it worked. I didn't understand. Everyone knew I'd been baptized. To the best of my knowledge, I saw people who identified as Muslim and stuff, but because I was a child, I just assumed they liked wearing those things and they were Catholic as well. Just because I didn't understand. I still don't really understand a lot of the world. I'm still a fucking kid trapped in an adult body and so on. Oh, jeepers. Alright. Listen, I have an entire back catalogue of me doing whatever. Okay, we're gonna get on with the show. I'm just exhausted from explaining myself. Sorry for being negative. I feel like I spend nearly half every show just explaining myself, and it's just fucking exhausting. Sorry, I just want to have a few lols and fucking chill the fuck out. Do you know what? I'm going to enjoy myself even more. Alright, anti-Irish statement. Where are we getting on here? May refer to, no blacks, no... Was it? No blacks, no dogs, no Irish. And that goes back to a sign that was... goes back to... Sorry. An Irishman depicted as a gorilla. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna... Yeah, just... Alright, who was depicting Irish lads as gorillas? This is fucking hilarious. Oppression... Alright, okay. So, listen, I'm very Irish, by the way, so... Oh, sorry, just got finished that thing on religion. I don't know. I've never been fucking normal, and I've had to deal with people giving out to me for not being normal my whole life, and I'm just like, oh my god. They give out to me for talking because if I talk, I say something that they find offensive, or else I'd be quiet because it's so exhausting being offensive to other people. So I just go, fine, I'll shut up. And then they give out to me for not talking, and then I talk and they give out to me for being offensive, and it's like, fuck. But all I'm doing is trying to look at facts and going, right, what's actually happening? Because a lot my feelings and emotions are really distracting me from from the actual truth. So once the house is built and a nice bit of facts, then we can get into emotions. But there's no fucking foundations there. Just building a gaff on a fucking river, we fucking shinking, allegedly. Hashtag stop hate speech against rivers. Alright, here we go. Anti-Irish statement. Refer to opposition, persecution, discrimination, Irish people as an ethnic group or nation. Jesus. I know this is really obvious. I never thought of Irish as an ethnic group. I know that's like obvious to a lot of people, but I just never thought of it like that. Whether directed against the island of Ireland in general or against Irish immigrants and their descendants in the Irish diaspora. Jeez. Irish diaspora, there's a fucking word. Be checking that out. That looks like a hoot and a holler. Oh, fair play. Wikipedia's updated itself. This is good. Here, you can... I'd recommend anyone who has an extra euro donates €1 to fucking Wikipedia. I think they're doing a good job. Oh, God. Oh, let's turn this camera back on. Alright, here we go. Alright. I won't get too caught up on this. I just wanted to read out some fucking knock knock, who's there? A generic joke that people with no sense of humour will understand, and it's also a safe joke. So, yeah. Since when is safety important in joking? I don't know when this came in. I don't know when it came in, but it makes my cock hard and your pussy wet. Oh, fictional pussies, oh, fictional erect penises from fiction land. Oh, are you intimidated by a fictional erection? Oh, yes I am, ladies. Oh, man. Oh, just the calves. Just the rat. What other sounds are there in the world? Vegans bringing the beats. Man, can you believe people regularly tell me that to stop podcasting? Like, regularly? Woo! 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 All people who don't have a fucking clue about money. People are constantly trying to tell me how the fucking money works. I've never met anyone who talks about money more than me. Like, there's people who Do you talk about money more than me, or I just haven't met them yet? And then people try to give me money advice, and it's always fucking awful. Like, it's always fucking awful money advice. When I go for money advice, I talk to fucking accountants, and not the. I'm talking to them cheeky accountants, baby. Them double your money, triple your money. Accountants, don't be telling your mates. Accountants, that fucking Bono money accountants, that fucking not getting ripped off by anyone, that fucking set money safe, intergenerational, paid off in the charity fund on the back end. Oh shit, I wasn't supposed to say any of this shit. I mean nothing. I mean buy new shoes so your friends will like you. Fuck. If you buy a nice car, it'll be a nice statusism. That's how the world works, isn't it? People respect you more if you have a nice car, and then you get the woman. Get the car, get the woman. I hear that's a thing. I hear that's how advertising works. I hear fucking, if you don't have an apple, then you don't have an apple. I heard that. That's one of Apple's. Oh, you've got an Android? If you don't have an apple, then you don't have an apple. That's an actual ad. Kind of somehow shaming people who don't have Apple products. Isn't that fucking weird? Isn't that fucking weird? Did you know fucking, what's that lad? Jeff Bezos, God. Alright, what I'm trying to say is... Man, there's too many things to say. So I'm going to stick to the point. To be honest, I just have to go to the bathroom, so... I don't know how this is going to work, lads. I don't know how this is going to work. My synth just isn't working. Oh, hang on. Maybe if I put this on sustain, and then I'll open up the gate. Sorry, I'll be with you now. My fucking keyboard's gone to fuck. Oh, we're away, okay. Put that into an arpeggiator, and then hold that down. Alright. Oh my god. This thing is actually so annoying. And this is fucking live as well. Oh, for Jesus' sake. Right, I'm gonna have to just play a drum beat on something. Shit. Oh man, I can't have dead air. I'll get cancelled. Shit. Alright, I'll try and play a drum beat on something. Fuck. Alright, okay. Alright. Bear with me. Man, this is like fucking needing a toilet and fucking mid-speech. Man, how embarrassing is it on a live video to have to go to the toilet, and then you get to see me walking around like a fucking idiot panicking. I have to go to the fucking bathroom but I can't stop talking. This is a fucking live podcast. Oh my god, the stress of having to go to the toilet all the time. Alright, I'm gonna play a drum beat here off this fucking thing, and that'll keep you cooking. House beat. Beat. What's your favourite BPM? I'm a big fan of 90 BPM myself. 128 beats per minute is also enjoyable. Oh shit. Okay, I'm just gonna look up a metronome. Jesus Christ. Because how this works is there's like an algorithm, and if I play like 2 seconds of a pop song, they rob the copyright for the entire video, and somehow I have to pay them money, and it's just fucking weird. So all off me accidentally playing like a pop song. So hopefully this has no ads, and it's just gonna be a thing clicking, and that way I won't pay a fuckload of copyright. Okay, you're listening to this. You're listening to 100 BPM. Did you hear the VeganSteven can't keep time? Did you hear? I heard a rumor that VeganSteven's inconsistent. I heard a rumor that VeganSteven's not talented. True story. I never got into a choir in my life, and I failed most music exams. Oh my god. Right. Go flip yourself. I'll be back in half an hour. Put on the kettle there for yourself. Mental health break. Alright. Hope you're enjoying this fat beat. Hope you're enjoying this fat beat. Alright. That's enough of that. Alright. So let's go into a lot of metaphors there about fucking Veghuns and all the rest of it, but I wanna make sure that I don't talk about them because we're not associated together. Boo-hoo. Anyway, yes, so my relationship with Veghuns is unofficially that they're basically like I consider them like my lawyers. So sometimes I'm like, oh, can I eat this, or what's this, like, where do I get this, or like, how's this work? And they just go, oh, well, generally vegans, you know, don't support. Okay, for example, I had some investments tied up allegedly in horse racing. I was involved in giving advice to a company that was involved with horse racing because there was a lot of money in it. And I thought horse racing was grand. I was like, horse racing is grand. Dog racing, grand, no bother. I'm VeganSteven. But they were like, no, it's not. Dog racing's not fine. And I was like, I don't understand. And they're like, horse racing's not fine. I was like, I don't understand. It seems fine though. They seem fucking happy enough. Like, anyway, they took me through why it's not fine. I'm not going to tell you why it's not fine. You can go there to Veghuns and they might give you advice. So basically, what I'm trying to say is they're where I go when I have vegan questions. Is all I'm trying to say is, all right. They have good ethics and all the rest of it. So I'm not very good at being ethical, but I check in with them and go, listen, yeah. So the way that situation worked is I was tied up allegedly in making money off horse racing through gambling, algorithms and all these things, alright? Because there was money to be made in that specific area. Did my research after anyway, and they said, listen, racing's not good because a lot of reasons, and they'll go through that. I'm sure wouldn't mind explaining why animal racing is very bad. And then I was able to take my time and money away from animal racing. So to the best of my knowledge, I don't have any money tied up in any gambling related to animals. That, as far as I'm aware of, everything that is in the process of being shut down, that hasn't already, because I have multiple income streams allegedly, multiple businesses I'm working on and so on. So what I'm trying to say is I was able to go to them and go, listen, what do you think about this? And they're like, don't be getting involved in organised gambling relating to animals. And I was like, I don't understand why. And they explained it to me, and I was like, that makes sense. And then I took my business elsewhere. Alright, that's all I'm trying to say. They don't associate themselves with me or whatever. They're just, I like what they're doing, and I ask their advice sometimes. And sometimes they give advice back. Sometimes they give me advice. Listen, I better stop talking about them before I get myself in a lot of trouble. Alright, moving very swiftly on. Very swiftly on. Alright, so here's I love Jeff Bezos, dedicated to vegans. Okay, here's how I mentally, because this podcast is acting, alright? It's not like an accident that I show up here every single day. It's not like I fell out of the womb fucking podcasting, alright? I found out where the money was and yada yada yada. Podcasting, monetizing. I talk about all this, how you can do it yourself in my Make Money Now program, and I talk about how to do all the music side of it if you're into all that things, and buy the merch and all that good stuff, and how to create a brand and all those good things. I got so caught up there complimenting myself that I was I forgot to remember Yes, this is how I mentally prepare for my podcast, okay? Because to be honest, it's very, very fucking stressful. Doing a podcast, it's very fucking stressful. It stresses the fuck out of me. It's my dream kind of job, because I get to play synth all day long and do research, and how often... this is how Jeff Bezos do their day and stuff. The reason I do this is because I've studied what the biggest, most successful people do and try to like apply. I experimented and saw what worked for me, so I tried some technique for 2 weeks and whatever. We're gonna stay on track. Life can't be this easy. It's really fucking strange how easy life becomes when you work your ass off. It's to be honest, I'm a bit freaked out. I'm like, life can't be this easy. If you just be really, really fucking consistent and just do stuff super insanely simple so that nobody will be confused about what you're doing, life is just so fucking easy. Money only represents how many legal transactions you've made in your life, and how the amount of money you have only relates to how many mutually profitable transactions. I can't remember the exact phrasing. That's I'm trying to paraphrase. I should probably look it up. My boy, or maybe another one of my influences who's got. Oh Jesus, I don't think Veghuns would appreciate being put in the same podcast as Ben Shapiro. I think they might be very hard opposites. But anyway, Ben Shapiro. So what was that fucking quote I was talking about? Fucking. I don't know, he's a very quotable lad, and for some reason Ben Shara, some model or something, keeps popping up. Alright, we're not going to bother with that. Sorry. We got some shit to do today. We got some stuff to do. How to mentally prepare for the podcast anyway. It's not easy, like, I don't want to be going, oh, fucking boo-hoo, like, it's fucking grand. But it's a whole thing, like, it's a whole mentality, it's a whole lifestyle, like mentally staying in a place of flow requires constant attention to make sure that you're keeping perspective, keeping an eye on every fucking thing, keeping the angle, working an angle in every fucking, there's a fucking angle to everything, and money to be made in the holes. There's no reason why people need to be broke. They can get a little bit of extra pocket money if they want it, but a lot of people don't want to put their time into earning money because they've enough going on, you know. They got fucking kids support, or they already work a job. Like, why would they think about money anymore? That's fair enough. Making money isn't for everyone, and so it's a lifestyle, and it's a whole fucking thing. As veganism's a fucking lifestyle. Everything's a fucking lifestyle, and everything has yin and yang balance among groups. That's why you get hard left extremists and hard right extremists, and then there's everyone in the middle, and it's just basic fucking it's just like looking at like ants at an anthill. Like, there's the fucking queen, there's the hierarchy, and then there's all the people below, and people are like, oh, you can't say that and stuff, but this is how nature works, and then survival of the fittest and all. Like, oh, you can't, oh, fucking. But look at any species and the history of humanity, and listen, this is just my current theory. I don't know what the fucking things are, right? When you hear survival of the fittest and stuff, everyone's gonna get offended, especially me, because I'm vegan and all the rest of it. But if you take emotion out of it, oh, you can. Okay, listen, I'm gonna stick to the subject. Mentally preparing for. I'll just tell you what I do. Fucking hell. Alright, get up. How you getting on? Triple coffee. How you getting on? Come in here. If everything goes well, I just press record and do it. Alright, it's the 5-second rule. If you can do something without thinking, because I could stand here and talk for 3 hours non-stop, right? But the question is, it's a balancing tightrope, because the second I believe that I can't talk, I'm gone. I'm fucked. It's like a mental tightrope. It's all perspective. A lot of people are kept down in poverty because they believe that they're a piece of shit, and they believe they don't deserve to be rich, and they believe that there's something wrong with them, and they believe, oh, I'm really fucking depressed, I don't feel happy all the time. That's fucking everyone. Even the people at the very, very top feel depressed half the time. Alright, it's all fucking normal. And people think, oh no, I'm a piece of shit and I'm not worthy, and oh fucking hell. And even people who are even the extremists tend to be very more emotionally sensitive. Which is a whole other rabbit hole we can get into. But all I'm trying to say is, basic terms, yin and yang, and just look at nature and how nature works, survival of the fittest and so on. There's the top dominant male who rides fucking everything, and it trickles, and there's power and stuff, and there's always some lad trying to kill the alpha male, and there's always fights, trying to dominate, fighting over land. I'm just talking about lions here, any species. There's tribes, battling tribes, tribes try to wipe each other out. Tribes will trade with other tribes if there's a mutual benefit, such as fucking a bit of gold or whatever people trade. And when I say tribes is a mentality. If someone is trying to be triggered here and thinking I'm slagging some tribe in Africa, you're a small-minded fuck. There's tribes like in fucking everywhere. I feel like people, some fucking people who just did their first 6 months in college or something, think they understand what politically correct is, and they go spend half their life trying to be offended just so they can go on the offensive and go, feelings, where's the fucking logic? I know I'm stealing. Hey, listen, I don't have an original idea in my head, alright? I just rob people I respect's opinions, and I try to do as much fact checking as I can, but we all make mistakes. Especially, I'm not a professional mistake maker. So I'm so professional making mistakes, I make mistakes on camera for a living, alright? VeganSteven hats, €200. VeganSteven underwear. Now, available for pre-order, 150 per pair for alpha males only. Where are we now? How I morally prepare. Oh, sorry. Okay. Excuse me. So I use a technique which has been around since forever, but Tony Robbins, as a kind of a guru lad, he describes it as peak states. Alright, and a lot of performers do this. A lot of performers the best performers, if you actually study what the best performers do, they all do very, very similar things to reach these peak states. They say a prayer, and what does a prayer do? It takes away anxiety, because you're putting the power not in you, you're putting the power in someone else's hands, so you don't have to deal with the fear of being in the driving seat. You're putting it on some external thing, whether that's a god, a drug, fucking whatever it is. Some external thing. Could be alcohol, could be pick any religion you like, or etc., or eating a load of food, I don't know, whatever. Some external thing, so that they don't have to deal with the stress of standing in front of loads of people. Alright? And often people deal with the anxiety of having to go out in front of loads of people by having a ritual. Alright? Axl Rose goes for a sleep before every fucking gig, and there's a whole fucking thing about when can he be walking up and all this shit. Alright, there's rituals that people use to help cope with the absolute stress of going out in front of a big crowd. Generally, people who go out in front of a big crowd and do big improvised performances only do it for they have script writers first of all, so they don't say anything silly. As you'll notice, I say stuff silly all the time because I don't have a team of writers, unfortunately. So if someone there to read a speech, so that people invest in their product, have a consistent image, when really they're fake as fuck. Think of a king or queen, right? They're standing out in front of a lot of people. This is just a balls measuring competition, right? The people are just seeing this is a shit testing competition. The people are seeing, right, this queen or whatever is giving us a speech. Do I sense any fear in her voice or anything? Or is she still the top dog? Is she the queen? Or is somebody second guessing her? Is she in power? Can we trust this woman? Because if this queen or whatever is not a badass bitch, right? You need a badass fucking bitch, because otherwise other people are going to see you as weak and invade, alright? This is how fucking England invaded fucking everyone, alright? People didn't have their shit together. They're in little tribes, they were fighting, and England came in and said, listen, fucking everyone's fighting amongst themselves, we'll just come in and say we're in charge. It's not that hard to tell a few little tribes what to do, because they're all too busy fighting amongst themselves, alright? And then a whole load of things to do with history and all the rest of it. So it's all in the fucking history books, lads. It's all in the history books. Anyway, what I said, I'm regularly wrong, especially with dates. So please fact check me in the comments. I would really appreciate it, because I don't want to muddy the waters. I want to make the waters clearer. And emotions definitely get in the way with myself. I was watching an interview with States, right? So I watched an interview with Andre 3000 and Rick Rubin, and they were talking about they both had like social anxiety really bad, which is crazy, because you think of Andre 3000 from Outkast. Hey, yeah, think what a fucking banger. He says he's on like, you know, medication. He's highly sensitive. Highly sensitive. He just has to be alone for a lot of the day. Sure, he performs for an hour or so, but he's a recluse for a lot of it. He just kind of wants to be left alone and stuff. And it's, you know, like it's a struggle. He went into like why do so many musicians die, and they went into why it happens. It's because highly sensitive people often become performers. And if you're highly sensitive, that makes you like highly vulnerable. If someone rings you up and goes, listen, I just saw like a fucking kid dying, it'll ruin your fucking day. If you're, and you weren't there, you don't know the kid, but your day's fucking ruined because you're so highly sensitive and influenced by external factors. It has to do with like low self-esteem, it has to do with all sorts of other shit. And anyway, it has to do with like not having strong foundations. And listen, I'm just going into theoretical psychology here, so try not to get offended. I'm just talking waffles. And this was meant to be improvised comedy. What the fuck's going on here? Where's my good happy feel vibes, man? Where's my good happy feel vibes? How I mentally prepare for the podcast, eh? So I normally dance for about an hour, about improvised dance, listen to certain music that is usually people talking about how great they're feeling. So right now I'm listening to a lot of tribal music. I think it's voodoo, African voodoo. It's like tribal drums. I listened to the last 2 days I've been listening to Will I Am constantly, because he's like a workaholic and he's an influence in my life in many ways. Mostly his haircut is just Will I Am from Back Up Peas. He's a consistent hit maker, which is the way I want to live my life. So I study all the hit makers and find out what they're doing, what are they eating, what is their work ethic like, are they married, are they not married, how many kids are they having, why are they not having kids, because they're never fucking home, they're always in the road, why are they, and they keep getting divorced all the time. Okay, so being a lot of performers and artists, the best artists as far as I know anyway, take these drugs and so on. And why do these artists take these drugs? Because they're highly sensitive people. Alright? Now, being highly sensitive is literally like, it can come in many forms like synesthesia and all sorts of stuff. But being highly sensitive is very dangerous. It's like walking around naked. If you like, it makes you very vulnerable and all the rest of it. But look, it's a bit of crack. So it is a superpower because you can tell. It just allows you to empathise two were wearing. It's like if you remember, like, if you think about it, like X-Men or something. Kanye West officially has it. Rick Rubin has it. Fucking who else? Andre 2000 has it. I think what's that lad called? Fucking that big hip producer. Yeah, you'll just notice it across very successful creatives, and by that I mean like number one architects and artists, like progressive, ahead of their time artists like will.i.am, who are always like fucking 10 years ahead of the game and shit. Trailblazers. Neptunes, Trailblazers. Pharrell Williams, Trailblazer. Timberland, Trailblazer. Anyway, I won't get into that. But yeah, I've listened to music to get myself pumped, and this is because especially bands like AC/DC are good. Certain dance music, you have to be very careful. I'd recommend listening to the same song on loop, because it's very, very hard to. Music is like a drug. It can influence your heartbeat so much. So to mentally prepare, you gotta resonate with positive emotions. So you gotta make sure that, for me, I only listen to very confident, almost arrogant music. Because before, when I came into this room, I was thinking, oh, there's no way I can do this podcast. There's not hope. Like, I feel absolutely awful. There's no hope. Like, I just heard that, like, people who I was trying to impress are not impressed, and like, what am I doing wrong? Do I have to start again? Do I have to really think in this podcast? Like, what the fuck's going on? Now, in reality, I'm just it's just an insecurity, okay? There's nothing wrong with my podcast. I have my own fan base. Veghuns are doing their own thing and they're doing great at it. Alright? There's no need for them to like me. There's no need for me to ever ask them for advice again, but I'm going to keep hanging out with them because they're great people and stuff. That's outside of this internet land bullshit of fiction, which I choose living or whatever. Right, anyway. So, mentally preparing. Some people go on treadmills. Liam Gallagher has 6. I think Liam Gallagher has 4 lines of cocaine. He says he used to have 8 or 9 lines of cocaine before going on stage to set the vibe. So he'll go out feeling like arrogant, like I can do this or whatever. It's very, very common for performers to do either have Tommy Tiernan has a triple espresso before he does a radio show. Liam Gallagher, singer of Oasis, routinely does a lot of drugs before he goes on stage to make him extra arrogant, and you kind of need that though. Like, I don't know, not you need it, but yeah. Like, when I was gigging loads, I was like, why is there loads of cocaine on the table, like, before we go on stage? Because it's not really my drug of choice, like, because I don't think that fucks up my performance long term. It's just not for me. I need to be a workhorse. I need to be at work every fucking day. I can't be taking a day off no matter what, because if I take a day off, someone else is going to want a day off, and then where am I? I'm giving out fucking holidays. People working part-time and shit. Yeah, listen, I don't know. I read Donald Trump's book, and it's The Art of the Deal, and he said you can never expect anyone to have your vision. Like, because it's very frustrating. I know people are already freaking out that I said Donald Trump, but anyway, it's very frustrating that it's very frustrating when people don't have your vision, or else just they don't even have any vision of their own, and then they end up buying all, like, oh Jesus. I'm walking around the city centre and everyone's wearing this brand called Doc Martens. And I'm like, why is everyone wearing fucking Doc Martens? Chatting to mates, they're like, oh yeah, sure, we're all offered fucking Doc Marten deals. We're all in band. People I know who are in successful bands, alright? I know some people allegedly who are in, on TV and successful bands and all the rest of it. And a lot of them got offered deals with Doc Martens, sponsorship deals. So how does that work? They get a contract and says, listen, I'll only wear Doc Martens every day for the next 2 years. And then Doc Martens gives them like 10 grand or else 3 grand, or whatever the agreed amount is. And that is a walking advertisement, alright? That's like me having a t-shirt on right now that says Doc Marten right now, alright? Alright, this is advertising space. This is expensive right here. This is for rent possibly as well if you want to advertise. But this is real estate right here. My chest. This is blank. I'm in a white. You could put anything here. You could put fucking an ad for fucking the new Jurassic Park movie, wherever. This is a blank slate for advertisement. Prime real estate. This is how advertising works. The only advertisement I have so far is Dublin and VeganSteven podcast. Alright? I'm very, very, very careful about what brands I will associate myself with, as are Veghuns. And that's a good thing. Alright, you gotta be careful what brands you associate yourself with, and that's why from now I'm taking my copyright. My music and everything is no longer open source. Alright, sorry. I don't plan on ever. I don't know. Honestly, everyone's gonna do what they want anyway. So you guys do what you want. Honestly, the only reason I come after anyone is if someone's making like a few million or something off me. So to be honest, I'm not. You're pretty much just give me, if you start making a load of money, give me some money is basically it. Like, I'm not gonna sue anyone. Like maybe if someone's making like a load of wage, if someone robbed my song to put it in a car ad, there's a lot of money to be made there. So yeah, I'd be looking into that, because car companies have as much money going through them as small countries, in case you didn't know. There's a lot of money in cars. It's cars. Car manufacturing cars is their own economy. We got Henry Ford, and with the traffic, what's that thing called? He invented the something line. You put the fucking thing, assembly line, and then the next innovation was in Japan, I think, where I think they had localized. They could basically build everything in the country, and they had individual businesses competing against each other to build parts of the cars, and supply and demand. And it's kind of complex, and all the rest of it. All I'm trying to say is Japan, good at making cars for a while. 10 years I think it was the top dog. America before that, top dog. So if Ireland starts making the world's best hybrids, we're going to be top dog. But we have a big border and all the rest of it. Borders cost the price to go up and everything, and listen, I won't get into it. I'm going to stay on track. So we only have 3 minutes left and then I have to go. So podcast is podcasting and everything 90% mentality, head game. Alright, I first heard this off Christina Aguilera, then I heard it off fucking Johnny Depp. I'm like, what the fuck, all these big lads just talking about head game, what the fuck's going on here? Johnny Depp keeps talking about it's 90% staying relaxed. Like, why the fuck's Johnny Depp have us like known for using coke and thing? It's like, you gotta stay relaxed, gotta stay in a certain piece. He's juggling states. He's juggling. Well, I'm just guessing what he's doing. He can say what else he's doing. I'm just speculating. This is all fiction. All right. Johnny Cash, highly successful. He was on uppers and downers. Again, he's trying to stay peak performance, like a racehorse trying to stay in that peak state. Now, keep in mind, Johnny Cash nearly died. I'm sure Johnny Depp nearly died lots of times. Now, the reason why, getting back to my point, Andre 3000 talks about. Rick Rubin even talks about the philosophy of, anyone doesn't know Rick Rubin, you should be ashamed of yourself. Google him. He's like, I think he's the most paid music producer in the world right now. Does everything, like fucking produces Jay-Z records, Run DMC, I think, Beastie Boys. He did all the Beastie Boys stuff. He's like a philosopher. He's a fucking genius. Meditates and all the rest of it. Okay, so listen. These are big philosophers. What I'm trying to say is they're getting into why there's all these suicides with musicians, and it has to do with like trying to fill the empty hole and being overly sensitive and all the rest of it. So listen, that's a whole other conversation. I'm just going to nip that in the bud now. We're not going to finish that. So I'm going to sum up what I do for the podcast. I know this sounds crazy, but I actually dance for an hour and listen to positive music to get myself charged up, and then I go wham, and bang it into the camera, so that, because a lot of I'm only realising now, like, a lot of this, everything just seems to be fucking frequencies and energy, and I've heard people say this for years, but I'm just kind of, it's all starting to click now. I can see how all the sciences link in with each other. Like, there's this fucking physics and biology and I can't remember the other one. Yeah, but sure, look. So I have to get myself in a certain mindset, and that takes me an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours, and that can involve drinking coffee. And I have I won't say anything, but I have a certain energy drink here, and so on. You get the idea. But yeah, in order to reach these peak states for a sustained amount of time, it requires a lot of control, a lot of balance. It's just balancing on a fucking tightrope. That's the line of comedy as well. There's a line of politically correctness. Now, here's the fucking, literally, I don't know if you guys, some of the shit I'm talking about is so fucking philosophically dense or something that I'm even confused by it. So how the fuck do I explain something that I barely understand and that I haven't done enough research on to find out if it's actually true or not, because there's only so many hours in the day and so on. Anyway, there's like the line, metaphorical line or whatever, but basically when you cross everything, the closer you get to the line with your conversation, the funnier the conversation gets. Oh, it's like oh geez, and then you start to lose people. I'm talking also about my show, right? I set a keyboard on fire and I was playing it. Right, okay, that's definitely the line. You said you started discriminating against I started discriminating against fucking Jews, Muslims, homosexuals, Irish people, vegans, all these things. I started pissing off everyone I could think of. Right, I've hit the line, everyone's offended, we all hate you, you're corrupting our morals, fucking all this shit. But just before you do that is the funniest thing ever. But then you cross the social boundaries, you might mention something like a racial slur or something like that, and then bang, society says no, you're pulled off the air, Netflix show cancelled, whatever. And that's just, I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but that seems to be a solid pattern, recurring pattern that is, markable in bullet points or whatever, a recurrence throughout history. Anyway. From all the studying I've done of my testicles, I believe I'm qualified to talk about politics one time. Alright, so if you weren't offended yet, fair play to you. I don't know how you did it, but I don't know, man. It's so I find it so hard to talk to people because I'm so easily offended, and everyone else is so easily offended, and I just feel like, don't mention this and don't mention that, and anytime I do it, I just feel like a lot of my life is being told to either shut up or talk, and when I talk I'm told to shut up, and when I shut up I'm told to talk, and I'm just so confused. There's balance, there's obviously a disconnect, there's obviously a lot of stuff in society that I just don't understand, but I'm googling it and I'm trying to find out how society works, and how to become one of those rich old evil billionaires. I'm doing my research, I'm trying to be one. That's my goal, man. One of those rich old lads whose fucking grandkids, nieces are looked after. I want my grandkids, nieces to be fucking looked after. Life insurance and all the rest of it. I'm going less. When I first started this podcast on episode 1, I was maybe communist, or I think I was socialist. I think I was a little bit socialist. But the more I look into shit and history, is things like, oh fuck, stay away from socialism. Doesn't seem like a good idea. But who knows? Then obviously, when the right goes too far, you get things like Nazi Germany and all that stuff. So where's the fucking balance? The balance is in the middle, isn't it? But in the middle, no matter where you are, both sides are going to be fighting, going, oh, you should be here, why, you should have done this, you should have done that, either side, and then the balance just seems to be in the middle. I know what I'm saying is very, very obvious, but fucking frequencies, balance, the CIA are behind it all, JFK. I'm just joking. It's a conspiracy. No, I'm just joking. Sorry. No, but I'm getting on. Like, I'm getting old. I'm past my prime. I'm an old man now, and I've tested out all the conspiracies that I could. I know them all pretty well, but they don't really hold up, unfortunately. It'd be an absolute hoot and a holler if I could find the facts to back up this flat earth thing, but I can't find any facts to back it up. So yeah, that's unfortunate. That'd be pretty funny. But sure, look, the Bible got the flat earth thing wrong officially in the first draft, because as everyone knows, in the first draft of the Bible they were going on about the world being flat. I was like, okay, so this guy who invented the world, This guy, I don't know who invented the world. One of the gods. There's a lot of them, I can't keep track. No homo. But I can't keep track of all these gods. No homo. How fucking sexy does Jesus Christ look on the cross? Like, he looks ripped as fuck. It just makes me want to get down on my knees and fucking open my mouth for Jesus and fucking spread my legs for the Lord. Do you know what I mean? He's the body of a god. He's got the beard. I want to take beard grooming tips off Jesus. But yeah, alright, so Jesus, or I don't know how this works. Jesus is there or something. Like, who was fucking fact checking Jesus? That's what I want to know. Alright. Well, I'm just I don't know. Basically, I know I got some shit going on. I don't know what the fuck's going on in my head, but I've nearly died a few times, and when you come very close to dying a few times, you start thinking you're some fucking deity and you're some fucking important person. So listen, I nearly died a lot of times, and I think this just happens. So enjoy the show is all I have to say to everyone. I hope you enjoy the show. And I think that's all that matters. It doesn't matter whether I'm right or wrong, or it's my fucking show, and I'm here to entertain you at any cost, really, at any fucking cost. So if you're not entertained, take your time elsewhere, because I would. Alright, that's all the things. I'm going away. I'll have a quick look at see what's going on here. St. Patrick's Day, 15 funniest joke moments. Oh, that sounds very boring. I was trying to do research for the show, but I was just like, fuck it, I'll just do the show. Yeah, see, for some reason I feel like I need the safety net of the internet there while I'm doing the show, because I'm like, fuck, if I forget what to say or something, I'll just go on I'll just Google it or something. Because this show needs to be a consistent fucking package. It's not meant to be just some lad ranting. It's meant to be a consistent journey. What's that thing? Analytical thought. When you kind of question all the different, options and find out which, through experiments, find out through real life, basically testing out theories in real life and going, right, what's the theory and what actually happens when you implement it and so on. Anyway, Sherlock. It worked for Jeff Bezos, so fuck it, I'll give it a go. And it worked for Thomas Edison. It turned out well for him. Critical thinking. Critical thinking is very, very scary, because it makes you fucking question whether your socks are black or white when they're really red. So fucking hell. Alright, goodbye. I'm sick of looking at you.